Welcome everybody back to the Rob and Ace and Rob show. I'm Ace. Is with me always is Rob. Like, subscribe, do all those good things. Let's get that out of the way first. Got a hot topic today. Rob, what was the thing you brought up in the production meeting today?
Okay, so we
Apparently
both
this is news. I didn't
yeah.
really see it, but
It's not like super brand new news because I think this happened maybe last week. Um and we have two topics and they intertwine, you know what I mean? So Drake
Drake.
Drake did some Drake stuff.
Drake is always draking. He is the king of draking.
Just draking it all over the place. So I think maybe I don't know when this happened, but this broke out recently. There's this guy, and his girl is a singer. His fiance is.
Do we know who are these people famous?
No,
like I saw the story, but I just disregarded it.
no, they're not famous. They're like mildly small Instagram famous. You know, like there's more famous women on OnlyFans. You know what I mean?
I know what you're talking. I know. Gotcha.
And so this guy's fiance is a singer, and I'm guessing she's somewhat talented and probably very attractive. And they've been engaged for 8 years, which, by the way, don't do that. Why would you be engaged for 8 years? Like, what's going on there?
If you're engaged for 8 years, he's not marrying you.
Right. Or she's not marrying him.
One or the other, unless he got
here from this.
And it's usually it's him because men drag out that stuff. But yeah,
that's true.
Unless he got like 8 separate bouts of cancer. No.
Yeah. So they're in a long engagement, and she's a singer, and she posts stuff on Instagram with her singing, but probably mostly her looking hot. And Champagne Poppy, Drake, slides in her DMs, right? He's like, man, I like your stuff. I'd love to work with you sometime. This, that, and the other. You're very talented. And she, at the beginning, plays it cool. Maybe she was naive, or maybe she knew exactly what she was doing, but she, I would say, did the right thing. And she said, it's a package deal. Like, my boyfriend comes with me.
She knew what the fuck she was doing.
Right. So he's like, yeah, I'll fly you guys out there. So these two have like lunch and dinner with Drake. He hangs out with them, and they talk about collaborating and this, that, and the other. And they have a good time. So the boyfriend, gives the blessing, and he I feel it leaving my body like pieces.
As you're telling the story, I'm looking at her Instagram. She is for the streets, but keep going.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't even seen her Instagram, but yeah.
I'm looking at it right now. There's nothing about music here. It's a bunch of ass shots and bikini pics.
Okay, never mind then.
Like occasionally you'll see like her with a microphone in her hand, but mostly it's just half naked pictures.
Okay. This is all starting to make more sense. So this guy, he flies home, leaves his girl with Drake.
Mistake one. Keep going.
Yeah.
There is nothing that could happen that would make me leave my girl alone with Drake. I'm not leaving.
I want our listeners to actually understand, because I don't know, maybe sometimes like an older audience may not realize like what Drake is to pop culture today. He's the guy.
I've always said it's like this: whether you're white, black, Hispanic, Indian, Chinese, there's a person in that culture. Like 20 years ago, if you were a white guy, you weren't leaving your wife in a room with Leonardo DiCaprio or Brad Pitt. It's just not happening. I'm not leaving. You guys can talk about whatever you want. I'll be right here on the couch.
Also, this past year.
Yeah. Or Brad
Leonardo DiCaprio, that may be going for a while.
Yeah. Brad Pitt right now, Leo right now. Drake is in that category. There's a
Tom
lot
Hardy,
of guys
Jason Momoa, Henry Cavill. These are the guys. Drake is.
If bombs started dropping and they said, hey, Ace, if you get out of here, we'll all live, I would look at all of you and say, I guess we're all dead then, because I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving my wife with Jason Momoa in the room or Michael B. Jordan. It's not happening. I don't care.
Yeah.
And it's not about lack of trust. I don't trust him. I know what's going to happen. Like, my woman can only be so strong, and she should do the same thing. If we're in a room and Rihanna's giving me my big break and she says, hey, baby, you should leave him with me because we have to discuss contract details. If she leaves, she's an idiot.
Yep.
Because I'm going to make Caribbean babies.
It's fact. Little Barbadians.
Little big four-headed, half a singing people are going to come out of her in about 9 months.
Coming out with tattoos on their sternums and fingers.
Yeah, maybe 8 wearing Fenty cologne or whatever stuff she sells now. Yeah. It's you have there's levels to this shit.
Yeah.
So sorry for the tangent. Yeah. That's mistake 1. Keep going.
Yeah. To me, mistake 1 was the second he slid in the you know what? Let me not go there, because this guy, he's like a poet. And what does that tell me?
He's broke. I'm not even going to say it's a mistake for him for the DMs, because that's how rich people communicate. Like, I've listened to him in enough podcasts. I've learned enough things. Like, T-Pain was talking about all the millions he missed out on because he never checked his DMs.
He didn't realize that so many people were DMing him.
And that because they don't have your number, they have your Instagram. So that's how they try to contact you. So I'm fine with the initial contact. I'm fine with him explaining, okay, this is what is happening. And her saying, okay, well, my boyfriend has to come with me. I'm good up until that point.
Okay.
I'm good up until he says, yeah, I'll leave you alone with Drake.
All right. Yeah. So that's the big mistake here. What happens? Gee, I wonder. Champagne Poppy smashed this dude's girlfriend and thought nothing of it.
In half.
Yeah. As my man, Coach Greg Adams might say, monkey double backflips.
Yeah. And this is my past, guys. I'm not this person anymore. Lies. But when you break up a home, you put extra effort in. You want the guy to know that you destroyed that vagina. You want to leave a calling card. So I guarantee
it's conquering.
He was doing push-ups before getting into it. He was doing he was breaking down game film. He was drinking Gatorade. He took two 15-minute breaks and a lunch break. He went to work on this woman. I guarantee it.
He boiled up some Blue Chew on a spoon.
He just injected it between his toes.
Between his toenails.
Like a true heroin addict.
Man, I mean, we know who Drake is, and
everyone knows who Drake is.
Fresh and Fit broke it down. They said it was perfect, because I've been saying this for years. The character of Drake, the persona of Drake, is actually, in fact, the ideal man for most women. It's not about whether or not you think he's good looking. He portrays the alpha male who wants commitment
and who seems simpish.
Yes.
Like, he's the guy, he has like a catalog of breakup songs as a rapper.
Yes.
Rappers don't do that. Like R&B guys, yes.
Yeah.
He's a rapper with a catalog of I miss you breakup songs. And he did an interview talking about how he buys Birkin bags for his future wife that he hasn't met yet. Like, who the fuck says that?
Yeah. Oh God.
Also, just to break that down for people who don't realize what I just
Derrick
said.
Jaxn made music. That's what Drake.
I said Birkin bags. I didn't say Fendi. I didn't say Gucci. I said Birkin bags are house payments. They're house down payments. They're specially made. They're one of ones. There's no two alike.
You can only wash them with Cristal.
You can't even think of washing them or they'll melt. These things are worth crazy amounts of money.
The soap
he buys them just for his future wife that he hasn't met yet. And it wasn't like he was just saying it. He showed the lady that was interviewing them the bag collection that he had.
Yeah.
So he portrays like I'm a man's man. I got muscles. I got the big beard. I got crazy money. I got the lavish lifestyle. I'll party it up. But also, ladies, you my queen, and I love you, and oh, I miss you.
For you youngins out there, if you guys don't remember LL Cool J, he was the originator of this. And
He was the first one.
This is the present day version of that.
This is
He's more famous. I would even argue maybe that.
He's like how like Michael Jordan played like what 15 years, and LeBron is on year 19 and still going strong.
Right.
It's because simp technology has advanced over the years.
Yes.
He's learned to do things that previous simps haven't need to do.
Right.
And I'm not calling Drake a simp because, to be honest, I never bought it. He's playing a character. He's selling records. I don't think that's who he is at all, and this story proves it.
But I will.
He's a fucking savage.
Yeah, this was some savage shit what he did. I will go into this though. This is something that did in fact happen, and it's next level simpery. Drake, everyone knows he had the hots for Rihanna for a long time, and they dated and they smashed a bunch, and still does, to the point where he got a tattoo of her face on him, to the point where he got on stage on national television and professed his love for her. And she, in response, clowned him because women don't like that shit. They say they like it, but it's a lie. They don't. As evidenced by Rihanna clowning him. And basically, they don't really talk as nearly as much as they used to because he simped out so hard for her. Example number 2. He impregnated a porn star. You don't impregnate a porn star.
Hold on. Hold on. I'm not holding that against him. I'm not for one reason. He should have been smarter. You're right. I know where you're going. He should have been smarter. He should have triple wrapped up. He should have taken every precaution twice. I get where you're going. She probably knows tricks that we haven't even seen in the United States yet. She's French.
It's not about
She's
that.
French. She's French.
Fine. I get what you're saying.
From France.
What I'm saying is
Paris.
Once you find out that she did pornography and she calls you and says, I'm pregnant, you'd be like, okay, well, get rid of it. You're getting rid of it because
you give her $2 million to get rid of it. You do whatever you can.
Drake, and you are not a good woman to be having.
But she's smart enough to know. Hold on, and to be honest, that won't work because modern women know, especially with today's society, I could take this $2 million up front, or I can get a lifetime of payments from you. So he could have thrown all the money in the sun at her, and she'd be like, "No, I'm just going to keep the baby,"
and then
you'll just pay.
Also, we don't personally know Drake. Maybe Drake got the news and he was just like, oh, word. All right, cool. I kind of feel like being a dad right now.
Also, you don't want to be the guy who, on the flip side, as a parent, you don't want to be the guy who suggested abortion and then she has the kid and now you the dad of the kid that knows he didn't even want him. Like it's hard to play that one.
Yeah.
But
he takes pictures with his son and he looks really happy with him.
That's his little man. When you have a son, you get it. I'm just not faulting Drake for one thing and one thing only.
I mean,
I would probably have a kid with Lisa Ann. I would probably have a kid with Sarah J. For one reason and one reason, they probably give you mind-blowing, toe-curling orgasms. They probably do stuff that's amazing. Why? Because I've seen them do stuff that's amazing, so I know they have the capability of it. We have game film. It's on X videos and Pornhub.
Yeah.
If you say that you wouldn't do it, you're a liar. And if you would do it, then it's a probability of you having a baby. It's just
also let's be real.
Like no birth control is 100% effective. So if you're gonna do it, you have the possibility of happening. That's why I can't fault them because there's no way I'm turning that down.
And let's be real. If it was Lisa Ann or Sarah J, financially, I went out. If that's the case,
but I'm going flip side. Let's say I have Bill Gates money, and I meet Lisa Ann at a cocktail party. She's like, "I want to do some strange things to you in the back of this house. No. Everybody, get the fuck out right now. Bodyguards, pull your guns out, get everybody out of here right now. Things are going to get bad in here. If you're telling me
if I have Bill
that
Gates
down,
money,
you're
my
lying.
response is going to be, how about on a helicopter instead?
If you say you're not going to do it, you're lying. And if you say you're going to do it, then there's a possibility of a kid coming out. Condoms break, things happen. No guy can pause mid-stroke. It's not happening.
I mean, am I even going to use one if that's the case?
But this is the problem.
If I'm meeting Sarah J or Lisa Ann, I gotta know what it's really like, not what it's.
And this is why I don't blame Drake for having a baby with a porn star. People clowned him for that for years. I don't blame him, because as an adult, you're not saying no. If Jada Stevens walked into my house right now, I'm throwing people out by hand.
Parentheses.
I'm Uncle Philling everybody in this house.
Parentheses. Google's Jada Stevens.
Enjoy. You're welcome. I will if Naomi Banks, I'm going old school. If Naomi Banks walks into this house, even as the MILF that she is, I am Jazz, you're not welcome here. Throwing out everybody. Everybody.
Jazz, you have to leave. Heather Hunter is showing up today.
Yeah. And she's like, what, like 55? I'm punt kicking people out. I'm lining them up for the field goal. Out of here. You gotta go. It's not going to take longer than 10 minutes. Don't worry.
And it would be one of those situations. Remember that episode where Jazz throws himself out? He grabs his own shirt and you just see him go, ah!
Yeah, because again, I'm realistic. As a man, you're not turning that down. It's not about the woman. Of course, they look amazing because that's what they get paid to do. It's the mystique of it. You've seen what she can do. You know, going into this, it's going to be a great experience. It's like if the world's greatest surfer said, hey, let me give you some surf lessons. Even if you're not into surfing, you're probably gonna be like, okay, let's try that out.
Right. Yeah, you have like if I played like 3 games of basketball my entire life. If Michael Jordan or LeBron James met me and was like, let's play some ball, I'd be like, I'm gonna play fucking basketball with LeBron James.
Exactly.
I'm gonna do that because I'm not retarded.
And in that game, you have a chance of getting dunked on and having your spine broken in half because these are giant men. But you're taking that chance.
I think that's also what attracted me to fighting was I was able to meet like some famous like fighters. And
but that's what
all right,
like,
I'm gonna
Anderson
lose,
Silva walks into your gym.
I gotta do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If Anderson Silva walks into your gym and says, hey, you want to spar a few rounds? You're not going to say no, even though you know he's going to murder you.
Yeah.
But you take that, it's like it's an experience you're never going to get again. So again, tangent, but I'm not going to fault Drake for that. Like, he had a kid with a porn star. It could have happened to anybody. It could happen to any of us.
I just don't get into. It's 2021. We have so much information now. Why would you, as a man with a girlfriend who sings and shows off her stuff on Instagram, why would you leave? I just don't.
Your girl alone with Drake? I can answer the question. It's a quick one. Dudes are stupid.
Did he think my girl's gonna get a record deal and that's gonna be our ticket out of the hood or something? Like, that's maybe. Was he doing this for? Did he know this was gonna happen and he was thinking about the money?
You know what he never did in his 8-year engagement? So they probably were together for a lot longer than that. So
right.
If they were engaged for 8 years, they probably were together for like 10, 12, 13. So what he thought was, oh, I'm good. My girl's not going to do nothing.
Idiot.
And he didn't calculate, oh shit, that's Drake though. Wait, hold on. Like, me and my ex-wife had this conversation. Me and my current girl had this conversation. If she met a certain dude and just fucked him, I'd be okay with it. Like, if she said I walked up and Idris Elba said, hey, let's have some meaningless, dirty sex. It's fucking Idris Elba. Of course she's going to say yes. If she said no, I'd look at her sideways like, you don't love me that much. Stop. What are you talking about? If Michael B. Jordan walks into the room and says, hey, Miss Ace, I just want to smash your back out. I don't expect her to be like, hey, I have a husband. I have a boy. No, it's a mega duper superstar. It's the experience is going to attract her to do it. I can't compete with that guy. Let's be honest. Like, we always talk about ratings of people. I'm honest about my rating. I know that there's people who are on levels that I've never dreamed of. They're there. If they come up to my wife, I'm not going to trust that she's going to do the right thing. I know what's going to happen. So I'm going to prevent it by staying around.
Right.
I'm going to stay around. I'm going to polish a gun on the couch. I'm going to brandish a knife between my teeth. I'm going to have a razor blade under my tongue. I'm going to be wearing Timbs with no laces. I'm going to be doing all the most terrifying shit I can do to make this guy know, like, if you touch her, I'm going to try to kill you.
Yeah.
I'm going to be watching Bloodsport over and over on a loop.
I'm
going to do anything I possibly can.
Just salt in the eyes.
Just practicing techniques.
Playing that song in the background the entire time.
I'm gonna be playing the theme from Rocky, the Eye of the Tiger, constantly. Oh, we're trying to record a song. Oh, we'll record over this Eye of the Tiger because it's not getting turned off. Drake. How the fuck? Like, idiot. He's an idiot. Like, let's not even. One. Let's look at this girl's Instagram. If you were with this girl, and if you looked at her Instagram and you saw all the pictures I did just by glancing, maybe she deleted some, maybe she didn't. That's suspect. If I'm with you for that many years, you can't tell me that a picture of you in the shower is promoting your music business or your career. That's not what promotes your music career. You're not at that level. That might promote your OnlyFans, but that's not going to help you get a record deal. Two, you've been engaged for 8 years. One of you ain't committed to this.
Also, if this is a long relationship, you're at the comfortable, like, I don't want to use the word boring, but you're at the less exciting stage.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you're engaged for that long, you don't want to get married. Just don't get married. Don't get engaged. Just be together. I'm fine with being together for a long period of time. Like, some people just don't want to get married because marriage is dumb. It's a legal document. That's all it is. There's no difference from the day before you got married to the day after you got married, except for the government is involved.
I'm going to say
that's
this.
It.
I'm going to say this, and this is going to be some philosophical shit that maybe our audience may not have been prepared for. This is going to be a bold statement. Love is stronger without marriage.
Yeah. It's a relationship is harder to maintain when the government is not involved. Because there's no threat. There's nothing keeping us here. Like, Louis C.K. always had a joke. He had a joke a long time ago about how relationships work. And he was talking to one of his friends who was with a girlfriend. He's like, yeah, it's just so hard to break up with somebody. He was like, no, it's not. Just leave, walk away. He's like, I never knew how easy it was to get rid of my girlfriend until I married her. And then I didn't realize how easy it was to get rid of my wife until I had a kid. Everything you do attaches you to somebody more. Because you have something that connects you. When you don't have something that connects you and you stay, then it's real. Like, there's a lot of dudes who won't get divorced just because they don't want to deal with the divorce proceedings and the settlement and paying that money every month.
And the kids.
And not seeing their kids on a regular basis. Or seeing their kids more than they goddamn want to. It's a hard thing to think about, but what you said is true. And on the flip side, and the third thing, like I said, her Instagram, question mark number one. Engaged for 8 years, probably together for much longer than that. Question mark number two. Question mark number three is, you flew all the way out there for the specific reason, and your girl did the right thing. We are a package deal. So you flew with her. You got in the jet. You met Drake. What's up, Champagne Poppy? Oh, Toronto's lit. Let's hang out. Oh, you're talking to her about doing a song. Great. This is a big break. Then you left. What are you leaving? You're already there. Why are you leaving?
Did you watch Wayne's World 2?
Like, what do you think Drake is going to do? You think it's going to be a stand-up dude? He is. He's doing what a dude is supposed to do. He's trying to bang this hot chick. This is what a guy is supposed to do. He doesn't owe you anything. His job is to try to sleep with your girl because she's attractive.
And he's stupid rich. If he does anything and you think of retaliating, he can just get rid of you. No one knows who you are. You're a poet.
Men don't want to hear that. Men don't want to hear that somebody's way more powerful than they are and they just can't accept it. That's just not going to be, but it's facts.
Stupid men don't want to hear that. I can accept it easily.
It's facts. Again, we got to get that drop. Story time with Ace. It was a long time ago. Just like 2007, 8, something like that. Me and my boys go to Vegas. It's like 5 of us.
What year was this?
It's like 2007, 2008, long time ago.
All right, so T-Pain is in the background.
Probably. I assume so. The club music blurs at some points, especially when you're in Vegas. It's just all a blur. So we go out there. I don't have much money at the time. I'm still establishing myself. My boy that one of my best friends, he don't have money. We established ourselves. But the 3 other older guys that go with us, they all have a good amount of money. So we all fly out. One of them hooks up with a VIP. So we get VIP treatment every club we go to, which was amazing. And I flew out in the morning. They flew out at night. They flew out on a trip with a bridal party from where we came from Jersey. So they set it up like, oh, we all going to meet at the club later. We're going to have a good time, blah, blah, blah. It's 5 of us and 4 of them. So one guy's going to be left out. The first night it was me.
Or is he?
No. I don't play those games. One guy is definitely going to be left out because if it's another dick in the room, I'm out. I have a 1 dick rule. If your dick is out, I gotta leave. I'm sorry. We're not playing those games. We're not playing the what is it? The spit roast. We're not doing that. We ain't doing those games. Good roast. No. So the first night I was the odd man out. I wasn't really feeling it. I was tired because remember I got there in the morning. They had just gotten there, so they still wound up from the trip. I'm tired. I'm like, you know what? I'm calling it an early night. They tell me, yeah, we had these girls in the car, was making out. We didn't really get to smash, but they want to meet up later on the next day. Cool, blah, blah, blah. All right. So we go gambling. We in one of the casinos. It's 4 of us at a poker table. We playing, having a good time. One of the dudes that was hooking up one of the chicks sees another girl he wants to talk to. But the problem is the other chicks start walking by at the same time. So he's like, yo, keep my girl company, the one that I hooked up with. I'm gonna go holler at her. Just keep her company. Make sure she's good. And when I come back, I'll let you know so you can send her up to my room. As a friend, as a good man that I believe I am, I say to him, don't do that. Don't leave it with me. Don't do it. He says, why? What do you mean, why? I said, if you leave it with me, I'm gonna fuck it. I'm just telling you right now, it's going to happen. Nah, man, you ain't going to do that. Don't worry about it. So he goes off with the other chick trying to smash her. I'm with this girl for 3-4 hours. Connection is made. We start talking. She comes back to the room. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, close her off. Like we're in the middle of it. My phone starts vibrating nonstop. I look at it. The display says it's his name. I let it go a few times. He hits me again. I'm like, let me just answer this real quick. So he sends a text. I'm back. Send her up to the room. I said, I can't. I text her back. Can't do that. Why not? Because she's naked. Yo, LOL, you lying. I'm not lying. She's naked right now. Call her on her phone if you think I'm bullshit. He calls her. She answers. She says the same thing. I can't really come up right now. I'm with him right now. He gets upset with me. Now, this is a small sample size of what this guy did with Drake. I am not Drake. But as a man and a single man, if you leave a fine woman alone with me, I'm going to shoot my shot. That's just what we're going to do. If you leave any woman with Drake, you have to assume that shot's going to get taken. And he has a goddamn sniper rifle. He has a howitzer. He has a tank when he shoots his shot. I'm using a 9mm. He's using a goddamn nuclear weapon. And a nuclear weapon is the mansion that he's probably in right now.
Like he's in prestige mode.
He's playing the song that they're going to make love to, but it's his song. That's how mind fucked he is.
He's like, hey, you know what would make this song a little bit better? Maybe I can just put your vocals on it. Why don't we listen to it right now? Oh, your pants are already on the floor? Never mind.
Yeah. He said, why don't we make love to one of the songs on one of my 6 albums?
Yeah.
Why don't we have sex in room number 14?
Which album? Let's pick an album. Which album made me the most millions of dollars?
Which of these 25 rooms do you want to have sex in? Oh, you just want to randomly pick one? Okay, thanks.
Oh, babe, you need some oysters and champagne first? Cool. I happen to have them flown in.
This is it. So that's mistake number 3.
Idiot.
Mistake
God.
number 4 is holding that against her. What did you think was going to happen?
And then this guy, and again, this goes into the simp topic. He airs out his dirty laundry on Instagram, talking about how it's sad. I think he wrote a poem about it and posted it. Bro, you're soft.
Well, I just saw the Instagram
so
post.
Soft, bro.
It was very lactose. It was very sugary. It was milky. It was sugary. It was pillow. It was goose down. It was all soft things.
Everyone knows that women don't like this again, and that they're lying. They're capping when they say they like this. It's a lie.
I know what he was doing. He was building up sympathy for the sympathy fuck he's gonna have. And he was
trying to smash no poet whose girl left him to go smash Drake.
Oh, somebody give him sympathy. Some woman out there give him some sympathy.
Because the thing is she didn't,
because he's not a bad looking guy.
She didn't end up with Drake.
No, she got smashed. She got
smashed out and sent home with no record deal.
And she's gonna come crawling back to him, and he's gonna use that as leverage, like a pussy. You can't put the Godfather said it best. Cheating has rules. He said it with his own relationship. No, he said it with you have to not be jealous when it comes to shit like that. You have to think of it like a business. Like you are your own corporation. You are the CEO of your own corporation. You are the CEO of Rob Industries. Your woman is going to be your vice president. She doesn't start as your vice president. She works her way up from the mailroom. And it's a long, arduous task to get from mailroom to being CEO of Rob Incorporated. What he was saying is, if he was talking about discussions he had with his woman, he would say, "Look, if you cheat on me, I'll take you back. I'll let it slide, but you get sent back to the mailroom. You get treated like a mailroom hoe. You can't come over before 1 a.m. in the morning. You gotta leave before 2 a.m. No dates, no surprises, no birthday presents, no Valentine's Day. You got to work your way back up to my trust in you, which is never he said, to be honest, you may not ever make it back to VP, and that's not where you want to be. So if you don't ever want to have that problem of being back in the mailroom, you got to never cheat on me. And if I cheat on you, you got to get rid of me, because I'm not going back to that either. If I cheat on you, there's no, oh, well, I can move past this. No, you have to leave me. Because there's no holding it over my head. There's no, bringing this back to like I said, making me a mailroom guy.
Yeah.
That's what he messed up. If your girl is going to cheat on you, you have to have some type of thought process behind it. If you can't get past it, that's cool. But don't air your shit out on Instagram looking for sympathy. Like, who gives a fuck? I don't care. Drake, you let Drake do what he did by leaving. If my job said, "Hey, you got to come back today or else you're fired," well, guess I'm getting a new job because I'm not leaving her with Drake. Yep. Oh, the airline is going to cancel your ticket if you don't leave right now. Guess I'm walking because I'm not leaving her with Drake. How far is it from here to Toronto?
I can't. Yeah, I mean, like no one should be mad at Drake about this one. No one should be mad at this guy for being that simptastic. It's
always your fault. It's always the male fault, because he wanted to be that supportive super boyfriend instead of analyzing the situation like a grown-ass man. And you learned a valuable lesson. You learned, 1, she's for the streets, and 2, you got some simp in you. And speaking of simps, I don't know if you saw this, but the king's throne is empty, and it's a lot of people jockeying for position.
It's like a tournament. It's like we're watching WWE right now.
You know what it is? It's always in comic books it's like this, in video games it's like this. When the big boss gets taken out, there's always people jockeying for his place. Like when the boss gets defeated, the sub bosses try to become the main boss. And they try to take over the main simp position. Like even Steve Harvey bowed out of it. Even like, and to be honest, he doesn't simp because he doesn't have a show anymore.
Right.
Like I was talking to somebody the other day, like they were calling him a simp. I was like, no, he's not a simp. He's playing a character. Like who watches daytime television? Women.
Yeah.
If he goes on acting like he really is, you think women are going to watch his show? No. So he does. He does.
Also wears suits like that.
Yeah, he caters to them. Don't talk about Steve Harvey suits with his 17 buttons, the 15 triple-breasted suits.
Shout out to Steve Harvey's mustache.
He's been rocking it since that. You have to applaud the commitment.
Fact.
He gave up all his other hair except for that mustache. You have to applaud the commitment. But he's playing a character. He's giving women what they want because that's his audience. He's a comedian. What do comedians do? You play to your audience.
Fact.
You have to know who you're in front of. If I'm going to an all-black club as a white comic, I can't do a lot of racial humor because I know it ain't gonna fly unless I'm really that nice. He knows as a comedian, if 90% of my audience is female, I have to do some female shit. Yeah. Now he doesn't have a show. First interview he does, women all jump off the bandwagon because he says he can't be friends with females.
No, but that's old footage though.
No, that was recent.
I thought that was 10 years.
No, he had a recent interview. They were asking him. He was talking about being friends with women. And he said, "No, I can't be friends with women." And he said, "You know why? I shouldn't really have to explain it, but I'm married. If I'm friends with a female, things could possibly happen. I'm a guy." And women all jumped off the Steve bandwagon. And rightfully so, because he wasn't caping to him anymore. That's what they wanted to cape. He wasn't caping. But what is this guy's, like, I don't even want to say his name because I don't want to possibly get followers.
They're trying to fill the Derrick Jaxn shaped hole in the world. And the only one I can remember is the guy with the tattoos on his face. And he's not going to make it. Like, he's not going to be as successful.
He's the hood version of him. He's the hood Derrick Jaxn. He's
loud and he just yells at dudes.
Pastor something. It's Pastor. I can't remember the full name, but it's Pastor something. But he has videos on Instagram and he talks about spending money on women and buying women stuff unsolicited. And if you're not, ladies, if your man not cash apping you randomly, he don't really love you. Like, he's taking it to this, and again, this is boss fight 101. He's taking it to another level past what the boss would even do. Derrick Jaxn wouldn't even say some crazy stuff like this. Like, he had a video the other day that they highlighted on one of those channels where he said, if your man ain't selling you a mortgage payment or a rent payment, then he's a bum. He's a broke sucker. And in my head, I'm like, you don't do that. What are you fucking lying for? Like, you're going to get some dumb chicks that are going to slide in your DM thinking that you're going to do some of that stuff. It's traitorous shit. It's traitorous nonsense. Because men don't do that.
Like, the bar has to be set so low for these guys at this point. Like, I get that. I get how Derrick Jaxn became successful doing this stuff, but once you get exposed, these guys trying to come up and do the same thing. Like, the bar has to be so low for the audience that's going to buy this shit.
You mean women?
Yeah, but I mean, they got to be dumber than the previous women who fell for Derrick Jaxn. It can't be.
No, they're not, because again, you're telling them what they want to already believe. They want to believe that, yeah, a good man should just spoil me because I'm worth it. A good man should just buy me stuff just to buy me stuff because I'm worth it. A good man should fly me out and do all this other stuff. They believe it because they want to believe it. It has nothing to do with.
I don't have to earn anything.
Again, you're saying earn like that's a part of the vocabulary.
Damn.
We've both been in corporate America before.
Firing shots right here.
I'm talking again, Buckley's time. I don't care.
Hey, there it is. Buckley's time. That's our first t-shirt.
We're talking facts here. We've both been in corporate America. We both heard women say some stuff in corporate America that made us blink 15 times in a row. Like we didn't just hear that shit. I heard a woman say, we're in orientation. One of the women that's getting hired for like one of the receptionist jobs, is actually pregnant as they hired her, like 5 months pregnant. and they were talking about maternity leave, and they were like, "Oh, you have to be here at least 6 months in order to qualify. New Jersey state law, this, that, and the third." And it was women in like, "Oh, that's not fair. She's pregnant. Y'all ain't gonna help her out." Wait, what the fuck are you talking? Like, what? She knows she's pregnant when she took this job. She knew she was pregnant. We knew she was pregnant. The laws were available. They're on the internet. What do you mean help her out? This is a business. She didn't put the time in to earn that. We're supposed to just give it to her. That's the thought process. It has nothing to do with earn, because every woman is a princess in their own eyes, or a queen, or if you're from the hood, that bitch. Like I don't subscribe to that. And I know you don't either. I know most men don't. Like I'm not saying you should never treat your woman. I'm not saying you should never give your woman stuff. I'm not saying you should never buy your woman stuff. I'm not saying you should never pamper your woman, do any of that stuff. But that's earned through time and effort. You don't get that off the rip. You don't get that during the dating phase. And if you do, he's probably simping. You get what you can from him because it's going to run out. Like I don't know. Do you want to do more stories?
You have more stories like this?
Oh yeah, I have plenty of stories like this. A story time could be its own book. So I'll give you another story.
I'll have to do another graphic, and then we'll have like a best of a story time like sort of.
I'll give you another story from my past. It's a long time ago, back in my Holland days. Yes, a long time ago. Don't say yesterday because I know what you're fucking thinking. So I'm dating this girl. She lives in Brooklyn. I live in New Jersey. So it's like a 2-hour drive to get to it, which I'm not really feeling, but you know, she was giving me vibes. So I'm gonna go out there and do what I do.
You're further into Jersey. Like for me, it's like 40 minutes.
No, it wasn't 40 minutes. It was a while. I remember driving out there, it was a minute. So I'll go out there, you know, we vibing already. We go to a Chinese spot that's near her, a Chinese food restaurant, not a extravagant, like not a Mr. Chow's, a Chinese food restaurant that was near her home. She suggested it. We go there, we talk. She tells me while we're, you know, having conversation about the dude before me. And I'm like, all right, whatever. So what happened? How'd you guys meet? What happened? She's like, yeah, he was a stockbroker. He was really wealthy, but he was such a nerd. And I was like, I went out with him a bunch of times. I wasn't really feeling it. So then he like suggested to fly me out to Jamaica. And I was like, I mean, I'm not going to turn down a free trip. So I went, and I gave him some pity pussy, but that was about it. But then I didn't talk to him after that. But me going to a Chinese food restaurant with you got to smash that same night. Why? Because women don't respect the set dude. They don't respect the dude that's just going to throw their pocket at them from day one.
Right.
If you do that, all you're doing is showing them that that's all you really got. That's your game. You're basically being a sugar daddy. You're being what's the dudes that pay for sex? It's sugar daddies.
John.
Yeah, you're showing her, look, this is a financial transaction because I have no game. I pray to get to that level of wealth. Don't get me wrong. But even if I got to that level of wealth, I still wouldn't do it because that's lame to me.
Well, they say you never want to lead with your wallet. Like, I know this might be a foreign concept in 2021, but is it really that much of a bad notion for any ladies who might be listening? Is it so bad that we want you to freaking like us? Like it really shouldn't be that difficult of it. Like you really shouldn't have to struggle with just liking a male.
But you're making it harder than it has to be, Rob. Because again, you have to work for like. Because again, we give our love away easy, but you got to work to be liked.
That is fair. That's true, and we're the same way.
Yeah,
actually, we're the same way. Like
just flipped the other way. That's all it is. We will definitely give you our love for free, but you got to work for liking. And women will give away their like, but you got to work to get their love. So it's harder. Again, you're making it harder for them. But that comes to each guy. You got to set the precedent. If you start off spending thousands and thousands and thousands, that's what they're going to expect. And if you want a woman who only respects your wallet, she's never going to respect you.
A first date should always be low investment.
Learn from Grant Hill. The Grant Hill Tamia story is one for the ages. He made her, as an NBA player, he made her pay for the first couple of dates. Why? Because he wanted to make sure she wasn't really out for his money.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, to be honest, I think that's a fair exchange. Like,
I mean, I'm not saying you got to make them pay. I mean, when you're Grant Hill, you can do things like that. But like,
I'm not even going with that. I'm just saying it's a fair exchange for one reason and one reason only.
No investment.
Okay, what are men and women investing in? I'm investing in your vagina. You're investing in my character, my time, my wallet, whatever you want to call it. Society dictates that men should pay for dates. So I'm supposed to put out all this money on the hope that you give me vagina.
At the hope that
I'm operating on a hope system. You're getting your transaction up front. I have to hope that my transaction gets filled.
Right.
So let's be fair. I'll give you my time. I'll give you my character. I'll show you my worth. You can look at my bank account if you think I don't have money. But until you give up your sweetness, you pay for every date. I mean, I don't see how that's not fair.
That's one way of looking at
I don't see how it's not fair. I don't see that's the fairest way to have the transaction.
I mean, it is fair, I would say, but I'm a little bit more along the lines of like when people are starting to see each other, when they do want to get to that point of sleeping together, you have to get to the point where you guys are liking each other, and to do that, you have to.
You mean women have to get to that point?
You have to meet each other outside. You know what I mean? And so I don't see anything wrong with the first date or two being low investment, coffee, a couple of drinks, and that's it. Whatever happens, happens. You know what I mean? Nothing expensive. And I would even go as far as to say is whoever pays for coffee or drinks, it doesn't really matter. It shouldn't matter who pays for the first couple of low investment dates, because they're designed to be that way. They are low investment so that two people can hear each other's voices and see each other's facial expressions. It's not that difficult. This is people meeting. How do people in high school get together with less of a problem than mature grown-ass
Because there's no
adults?
transaction involved. We've both had females that we've talked to on a one-on-one basis without sex being involved.
Of course.
You know, women have said plenty of times to you, because I've said it plenty of times to me, they went out with a dude just to get a meal. They had no intention of sleeping with this guy. It was a free meal.
Story time.
Oh, we got a Rob story time drop?
We got a Rob story. Went out with a girl once. Don't remember how old I was. But went out with a girl once. No, twice. I went out with a girl twice. All right. And the first time, as I was on my way there, I'm like, oh, do you want coffee? And she was like, yeah. So I got her coffee, whatever. So that was my investment. It was very low key. Went for a walk, just talk BS for a couple hours. We had known each other a little bit. Second meeting, and the next time I talked to her, I was like, all right, well, you owe me a coffee this time, or ice cream or whatever. And so we do meet again, and she does pay the second time. And we get along, but it's obvious that her MO in this situation is, it's not you. And I'll be the first to admit, she's like an inch taller than me. You know what I mean? My game was not right with her. Maybe I was a little intimidated. I don't really remember. But I mean, me and her were cool. It was no big deal. It didn't work out. She wasn't that into me. And you know what? It didn't cost either of us any dignity or that much money. And it wasn't that serious. It was not that big of a deal. This is going to happen. This is a part of your life, guys. It's not that fun or exciting of a story. I forgot
No, no,
to
but
throw
that's
that
but
out
this
there.
is but no, this is my point. That's a fair transaction.
Huh.
This wave of simpery, this simp bullshit. This is I hate traitorous ass men. Because what did we say? What did I say on my other episode? We had the Q&A session. Be honest. Just be real. Women will respect you more
Mhm.
if you're honest. The reason Derrick Jaxn fell from the
Do not
heights that he
sleep with
fell,
you.
they may not. You
Do
got to
not sleep
learn
with,
to
but you
take
got to
that
take
L.
that L, and that's what it is.
Yeah, like oh, she didn't sleep with me. Oh well, on to
He
the
has a
next set
right
with
to
her.
not sleep with you. That's the
There's
thing.
there's more available men than there are women. And when I say that, yes, there statistically are more women, but we're the commodity. They have to pick through gay dudes. They have to pick through guys that are in jail. They have to pick through guys that are married. Single guys are the commodity. We have the advantage. So if one girl won't F you, there's a line of them that will. Take that loss. Move on. LeBron James lost. Michael Jordan lost. Everybody loses. It's okay. But my
Ali.
point with these traitorous ass men, it's like the reason they fall from such great heights is because they're lying and they get caught in their bullshit.
Do you think they're doing it for money?
100%. You get paid on Instagram. They get paid. They probably get paid by Instagram posts. They get paid by views and clicks and all that stuff. They get probably marketing, whatever they get. Yes, it's all for money.
It just seems like they can't even possibly buy their own bullshit.
They don't. Look, I work in sales. I know a scam artist when I smell it. I can see you talk for at least 35 seconds, and I know whether you're speaking bullshit or facts. This is they don't believe what they're saying. They're selling it because it's the dream. You're selling the dream to people who will buy it. The reason scams have existed from day one of this planet up until now is because they work. If nobody fell for scams, they wouldn't exist. If pyramid schemes weren't a thing, if Ponzi schemes weren't a thing, if 1-800 numbers, there's so much technology nowadays that this makes scams easier. But they're not, that doesn't mean they're not scams. That Nigerian prince isn't a real person. The Jamaican lady who said she could read your future can't read shit.
Bomba clot.
Yeah, call me now. She's not doing shit.
Lot of mercy.
Like this is what they do. They feed you a line of bullshit, and you eat it up because it plays into what you already want to believe. We all make fun of people who say it's a flat earth. All of us collectively. If you're not in that little flat earth society, we all make fun of you for being in it. Why do people believe in a flat earth? Because they already want to believe in it. It's been disproven many times by so many different scientists with proven data. And on the flip side, they can't prove anything they're saying, but it already lines up with what they want to believe, whether it's true or not. Why do people deal with Trump shit? Because he was saying stuff that they wanted to believe. So they went with it. Same thing with this nonsense. Why are these guys jockeying for position and gaining viewership numbers? Because you're just saying stuff that these women already want to believe. But we all know it's bullshit. The person saying it knows. Derrick Jaxn doesn't like Derrick Jaxn. This pastor guy doesn't like this pastor guy. Because they're just talking nonsense. If they weren't that same person, they'd be like, look at this fucking clown. I don't care how much money you have. Money is relative. Yes. If I'm worth $1 million, giving somebody $1,000 isn't going to be that much of a big deal to me. But why am I giving you this $1,000? Like, I didn't get to be a millionaire just to give the money away.
Right.
If Drake is flying somebody out, it's for a reason. He didn't fly that girl out just to fly her out. He flew her out for a reason, to smash and make her think she's getting a record deal.
That's an applaud animated thing I would send you for bringing it back to the Drake topic.
Because it all lines up.
It lined, yeah.
These people, these fake ass traitors ass simps. I'm not even gonna say not even gonna say simps. These fake simps, because they don't really. I don't buy that they believe what they're saying.
It's like it's the simp culture.
You're feeding into a nonsense that just makes it worse for everybody else. It's literally what a trader does. You're making it worse for everybody. In 300, who's the guy we hated the most? Not Xerxes. We didn't hate Xerxes more than we hated the Hunchback.
That was the other Greek guy.
The Hunchback.
Oh, I thought you were going to go with the guy from The Wire.
No, I didn't hate him as much as I hated the Hunchback. The guy who fucked Leonidas' wife.
Yeah,
he was a scumbag from day one. You knew he was a scumbag. He didn't do anything that wasn't out of his nature.
No, yeah, the Hunchback.
He was giving her the googly eyes from day one. He was being a fucking traitor to the throne from day one. He was trying to accumulate power from day one. You knew from the minute you seen him what he was about.
So
I watch it every day like it's the Bible. It is man shit 101. When you watch that movie, if you rewatch it, the traitor, the Senate guy is a scumbag from minute one. He never stops being a scumbag. So you can't really fault him you can't fault the snake for biting you. It's the scorpion and the frog story. You can't be mad at the scorpion for stinging you. It's what a scorpion does. The Hunchback is a fucking low-life traitor. He wants to join the cause. He wants to protect them. He wants to fight alongside his Spartan brothers. Cool. You can't even lift your arms properly. No, you can't fight with us. You can do other stuff to help, but you're just going to get people killed. Leonidas was being nice to him. He was doing a good thing. He didn't call him a freak. He didn't say, ew, get it away. He didn't say, what the fuck is with your eye, man? He didn't do none of that. He said, oh, wait, do me a favor, lift your shield up high. Oh, you can't do it? You're going to get us killed. Go in the back and help with water and supplies. You can still help us, but you can't fight. This guy gets jealous, runs to the other side, gives up all the trade secrets, and gets everybody killed. Like a fucking traitor, like these goddamn simps. You're making it harder for the people that are doing the actual work. You're taking the easy way out. And what did Xerxes, aka women, do in this situation? I'll give you a uniform. I'll give you women. I'll give you riches. I'll make you famous. Just do what I'm telling you to do. Just give me all the trade secrets. Make me feel better. And as soon as Leonidas looks at him, he looks at him with disgust and says, I hope you live forever. And people didn't understand. Like when he said that line in the movie theater, that shit hit me so hard.
Yeah, that was
because people don't realize how much of an evil ass statement that was, how much of a dig in your soul that probably would have felt like as this guy.
Multiple meanings.
I hope you live forever. I hope you live with this shame forever. I hope you live with the fact that you sold out your own people for some pussy forever. For some pussy
and your name will be known for it.
Yep. I hope you live forever. And that's what I feel for these simps. I hope you live with this forever. Because eventually simping goes wrong. It never, you can't simp forever and it goes perfectly. Eventually something's going to go bad. When you're fake, you get found out. Ask Ellen. Yeah. Ask Derrick Jaxn. Ask Pee Wee Herman. Ask anybody who is living a false life who eventually gets found out. This is what happens. So I hope you continue doing this, and I'm going to enjoy watching the downfall. I'm going to enjoy watching the fall from grace, just like I always do with everybody who's being phony. Tiger Woods, I enjoyed it when he got caught. Instead of being Mr. America family man, he had a bunch of dirty bitches around and just fucking Hooters waitresses and being scumbaggy. I was like, yes, because that's who he really is. That's who he wants to be. Stop lying. Be you. You don't gotta front for the gram. You don't have to front for the golf community. Be a dirty scumbag who fucks Hooters waitresses in the back of his truck, because that's who you really are.
Go write some poems about it.
Yeah. This is what this other guy is. You're saying all this shit because you're a fucking scumbag and you know it's going to get you laid or know it's going to get you endorsements, but eventually that's going to turn around and we're all going to make fun of you when it does. Derrick Jaxn, Ellen DeGeneres, Tiger Woods, the list goes on and on. So good for you. Keep being a traitor, keep being a scumbag. That's all I got to say about it.
Perfect.
Anything you want to add, sir?
No, that was the bow tie, the ribbon. That was it. Boom.
All right. So for everybody listening, again, like, subscribe. We're going to put some more links up eventually for those one-on-one coaching sessions. But for Ace and for Rob, we're going to be signing off right now. Catch you when we catch you. Enjoy your weekend.